6 rows of sweet corn wiped out. Well, we got a storm at 4:30 this morning. All the phones went off, woke everybody up, and the power went out. Still out right now. I do have this tree laying here this branch from up there. I think it had to have hit the side of my house. I did hear a thud, but wasn't sure what it was, but that's what it was. I'll chop that up a little bit later. One thing, if you live in an area where you get lots of thunderstorms and stuff, and you have gas stoves or propane stoves, always make sure you buy one of the ones that has the feature where you can start it without electricity, because a lot of them now have a safety feature where they have the clicker that you don't need to put a match to it, which is good, but they also are set up so that when there's no power, you can't light your stove. I'm really glad I made that decision when I bought that stove. Thank God for a French press though, and not having, we have an electric well. The village doesn't have water. There's a little bit coming out of the tap, but I bought one of those purified bottles, or water bottles from the grocery store, those blue things. So I have plenty of water. I was kind of worried about the farm though, because they have an electric well at the farm, and if the electricity goes up, they don't have water either. No electricity or water. They said they got some storm damage, but they're going to go check on the cabin and see what happened up there in case they have broken windows. There's a lot of damage in the area. It wasn't even a tornado or anything. I think there are some people at the lake where we were fishing the other day that got like 90-mile-an-hour winds, ripped the building off. I think there's like 5 people injured. I just have a lot of crap to pick up in the yard, but I always have a lot of crap to pick up in the yard because these old trees just shed like a big old hairy dog. That tree over there behind that pickup, behind the tree that fell down on the last storm, which is a big pile of wood over there, I think it might have hit some cables up there or that transformer or something. I'm not really sure. Now this was going to be my project today. All this basil is volunteer basil. I literally did nothing to this box. My plan was to make some pesto and share it with the aunt and uncle, but it's going to be pretty hard to do when I can't use any electricity, so we'll have to do that later. For anybody out there that's a Milwaukee user, if you have any of the battery setups, I recommend getting one of these, honestly. It's just an inverter. Literally just slap a battery onto it. And this big battery right here, even though I used it on the weed eater, was only probably a quarter full, but it ran my CPAP for 3 or 4 hours before I got up. There's still a little bit of power in it, but not much. But this battery, when it's fully charged, will run my CPAP for 7 to 8 hours. They're kind of expensive, and the batteries are obviously expensive, but if you know, if you're already in the Milwaukee world, get one of these. There's no reason. I primarily bought it to keep my cameras charged up when I'm at the farm and I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but it's a good backup to have just in case. I can't really get much done here without any electricity because I have, of course, an electric pole saw. Aunt and uncle are going up to check out the cabin, and so I'm going to go see if I can see if they left one of the chainsaws behind. Well, the fields seem to be okay, but there's a lot of just blown down branches on the road out to the farm. Yeah, they do have a lot of trees down over here. Not trees down, but lots of limbs, and one big one out there in that big area that we mow. We call it the golf course, but it's not really much of a golf course. It's a pasture. I need to. Ooh, there is a chainsaw here. Excellent. They left a chainsaw. So I can take that and charge up some batteries here because we don't have electricity yet. We probably won't for a while. The house a couple buildings down from us, they lost a big tree, like probably 20 feet up, but it just took the whole top of it off. Like it's done. It's just a big tall stump now, but it hit transformer and actually pushed the power pole out. So I have a feeling with all the other crap in the whole county having issues as well, I have a feeling that it's probably not going to get fixed anytime soon. So I'm going to see what batteries I can get charged up over here so I can run my little inverter thing, and it's just enough to charge my phone and keep my camera going. When they come back from looking to see what happened at the cabin, and then maybe I'll help them take that. They got a bunch of stuff down here in the yard too. Kind of the crappy part is without my truck, it's really hard to move big branches and stuff around, so I've just been kind of putting them in a pile in the yard, and it's just kind of making a mess. It really needs to get taken care of, but I just haven't been getting it done just because that truck is just the bane of my existence right now. It's an oriole nest. They just make them out of whatever they can find. Baling twine out in the fields and stuff. Weave it all together. No eggs or anything in there. I always kind of worry about these storms when you get them because we have these tractors under the trees. I'm always afraid I'm going to come out and find the cab all smashed in with a big tree branch on it. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden the hydrant's just blasting water. There's no one here. I wonder what's going on with that. Wow. Wonder how long that's been going on. Looks like they're already out here picking up sticks. And there's just crap everywhere. That's unfortunate. All the sweet corn is down. Maybe it'll stand up. I doubt it. It was just making ears. Well, I guess at least the regular corn is up. That's the main thing. I guess I should clarify for those that don't know, the taller stuff, that's the field corn, and this shorter stuff with the tassels on it, they're nice and light colored, that's the sweet corn. I guess you probably figured that out, but some people don't know. You know, this spring you probably heard me complaining about trees and willows a lot. Farmers are always complaining about them because they don't make a very good root system and they don't grow straight. And they're usually in really soft ground because of the water. And so they end up leaning out. And then once eventually they get too heavy, they'll take a little cutting. And they don't do very good wood. They don't make very good wood for fires. Well, I didn't eat breakfast and my refrigerator's starting to get warm. And I didn't want this steak to go to waste. So we're having a New York strip and vegetables for lunch. It's not really how I wanted to do it, but, you know, I didn't want it to go to waste. Okay, so this is different. I skipped a big chunk of recording today. After having lunch, I went over to the farm and helped my aunt and uncle clean up all the crap that was in the yard. Lots and lots of trees. Super hot, no wind, just stagnant, just stifling heat and humidity. And so I didn't really record it because we just wanted to get it done. It was terrible. Neither of the two villages nearby had power, so there were no restaurants to go to or anything. We went to a town, I don't know, about 15, 20 miles away, and had a burger and fries, and picked up a little bit of beer because what else are you going to do? It's 10 o'clock now, and I'm actually really tired. My watch informed me that I only got 4 hours and 20 minutes of sleep last night, so I'm actually pretty worn out. I don't know if you can hear that noise. No, not the cricket, but the mechanical noise over there. There's a generator they pulled into the village that drives. It used to be like the operators building for telephone operators back when they had to patch cords in and stuff. And now, I guess that's a different building. Anyway, it's a new building. It's where all the internet and phone stuff is attached to the village. They brought a generator out to power that. So if you have a generator in your house, you can actually get Wi-Fi. It's a cool thing that they're doing it. I mean, I guess that's what their company can do. But it'd be much nicer if they could use that generator to power some other crap other than internet, because I think everybody's got some form of internet on their phone.
The power did eventually come back on, but not until about 1 p.m. the next day. Every time the power goes out, it reminds me of all those things you are supposed to have around for emergencies, but still haven't picked up, like oil lamps or candles. Hindsight is 20/20, even if it's in the dark. I would have preferred to use pine nuts rather than almonds, but at $23 a pound, that went out the window. It's been a minute since I made pesto. I mean, how much pesto can a single guy use? But I was determined to not let the volunteer basil go to waste. Almost forgot the Parmesan. I usually freeze pesto in ice cube trays so that I have manageable portions, but most of this I gave away. What remained went into a nice pasta that I didn't film. Sorry about that. The weekend didn't go as expected, but at least I finished my pesto.
You guys are doing well. Big. Well, we finally got power back, obviously. It took about 36 hours before they finally got it turned on. And it was kind of hard to sleep because the humidity was, and no wind. It was hard to sleep.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to do the thing with the buttons. See you Saturday.